At midnight, the phone rang, shattering the silence of my solitary apartment. I had spent the day wrapped in the quiet routine of work and solitude, so that piercing ring felt like a harbinger of something unspeakable. I froze before answering. The line crackled with static until a voice, ragged and low, whispered, "I see you." The call ended abruptly, leaving me trembling in the dark. I tried to dismiss it as a cruel prank, yet the words echoed relentlessly in my mind. Unable to sleep, I grabbed my flashlight and peered through the peephole, half expecting to see a shadow lurking in the hallway. The corridor was empty, just a stretch of dim, flickering light. My rational mind insisted it was nothing, but a deeper, primal fear began to creep in. A few minutes later, the phone rang again. This time, I let it go to voicemail. I searched every corner of my apartment, convinced that someone had intruded. Yet nothing was out of place. No footprints, no signs of forced entry. The clock ticked past 1 a.m., and with each passing moment my anxiety grew until I finally mustered the courage to call the police. As I dialed, I heard soft footsteps behind me. My heart leapt into my throat. I spun around, and in the mirror across the room, a pale face stared back. Its eyes were hollow, its expression twisted into a macabre smile. I gasped, dropping the phone as the apparition vanished like mist. The terror that gripped me was undeniable. I backed away slowly, but the door creaked open on its own. A chill ran down my spine as I felt an icy hand brush against my shoulder. A whisper, barely audible yet laced with malice, hissed, "You shouldn't have answered the call." In that horrifying moment, the truth crystallized. I was not alone. The midnight caller was no prank or figment of my imagination. It was a vengeful spirit, drawn to my presence, marking me as its next victim. I tried to run, but the familiar corridors of my home transformed into a labyrinth of shifting shadows and echoing dread. And as I fled into the night, the last thing I heard was the ghostly echo of my own scream, swallowed by the darkness that now claimed me.